start by taking a look at the low voltage room, or the networking room as I like to call it. So it's going to be here under the stairs, and it's a very, very small room, but we're going to do a lot with it. So this will be drywall right here. This will be slanted down until you hit this wall, and then it'll come straight down. And this closet is about 21 or 22 inches deep. It's going to be just big enough to be able to get the smallest rack in here. This panel right here is where everything comes into the house. And you've got all your master wires here, which I'll show you from the outside in a minute, but this panel is going to connect all that stuff. So cable lines, internet, phone, and electric. There's electric that sticks up in here so that we can wire everything in here. Cost extra, everything does. And then this huge bundle of wires here, you can see splits off and goes in all different directions. It meets up with all of these wires. So what these are, these wires right here are all labeled. These are pre-wires for motorized blinds. Now Hunter Douglas has wireless, but then you have to change the battery every couple of years, and they take a ridiculous number of AA batteries. So by doing this, we'll be able to control everything and still have all this plugged in, so we never have to change batteries. On this side, you've got all kinds of stuff. Really, this is mostly internet wires. Some of these thicker ones here, which you can see, it's a little bit thicker. That's actually a coax cable for like cable TV, which will probably be outdated soon, but whatever. The blue are for the wireless access points, which I'll show you. I honestly don't remember what the green is. We'll figure that out in a minute. And the rest of the white are all Cat6 internet cables. There's a lot of pre-wiring, a lot of low voltage wiring. Everything is labeled so we know exactly where it goes, and there's lots of extra, so we'll be able to, put it up into a big rack right here. They wired us for a couple more electrical outlets here, one there and one there. And then these that you see here, this is incredibly important. These are conduits, so that we can run wires after the fact. So these ropes, you'll see, if we look at another conduit here, you'll see that same rope is in there, so you can pull a wire through from one room to another. So what we did is these two over here both go to the attic. And then these two, one goes to the outside porch, and the other one goes to the great room, which is what I just showed you over here. Here's where you can see all these wires coming out and the conduits. There is just short of 100 total wires that go all throughout the house. So I wanted to show you this too. This is where everything is going to go into the house. So you can see it's right by the electric panel outside. And maybe someone could tell me in the comments section. I actually don't know why this specific combination of cords was chosen. So there's two coax cables. Those are the white ones. And then there's these two green and blue wires, which I assume are internet, but they say, oh wait, the blue is Cat6. Okay, so I don't know what the green is, but like I said, this is where everything goes into the house, and then all that stuff goes into the panel in the networking room. This is one of the wires for the motorized blinds. They're, pretty much all over the entire house. I think there's a grand total of 27 of them. And what they did was they just left it coiled up in the wall here, and that'll be accessible for after finish, after the windows are done. There's one of the green wires. The green wires are used for the cameras, and like I said, blue is for wireless access points. So you can see all of those are up in the ceiling. Like I said, all the white ones are for either coax cable or data. So this is your coax, this is data here. And you can see they left us plenty so that we can feed it through. I believe this will actually be like a two-prong outlet here, right where that black box is. And if you look here, you'll see there's a couple of spots that we ran short-run conduits. And all a short-run conduit is it goes from 5 foot off the ground down to ground height, so that you can run the wires for your TV inside the wall. We didn't do them everywhere because this is easy to do yourself. But I think our low voltage company gave us a certain number of those for free, so you might as well take advantage of them. This house has a monolithic slab foundation. Reason why that's important, there's no crawl space. There is no access to get underneath the house, nowhere to put wires after the fact. for the downstairs. As far as the upstairs, we've got the attic. That's also why you'll notice that we didn't really run a lot to the upstairs. Almost all of the wiring that we ran was to the downstairs alone. That's why I showed you those conduits earlier. We ran 2 conduits to the attic so that we could do almost all of the wiring for the upstairs ourselves. So after we close on the house, we'll be able to run wires from the networking room up to the attic. And then from the attic, we can drill down through the walls and put expandable foam in the hole. And we can just rig the wall with a nice outlet plate for any kind of data taps or anything we need upstairs, really. But downstairs, we don't have that luxury because of the slab foundation. There's no access to run wires down there. The low voltage company that our builder used charges $74 per wire for every single one of these wires. The low voltage company ran approximately 100 wires through different areas of the house, like I said, mostly downstairs. After we move in, I plan to run an additional 40 to 50 just upstairs alone for a grand total of somewhere around 150 wires throughout the house. So that's what I got for the update. Pretty basic stuff. Moral of the story is when doing your low voltage wiring, if you're trying to save money, focus on the downstairs if you don't have a crawl space. Like I said, you can always run wires later as long as you have conduits going to the main places like the attic or your networking room. You can fish cabling around. If you're paying $74 a wire like us, it can get expensive very fast. Anyway, that's all for today. Don't forget to go down to the comments section, let me know what you think, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. See ya.